I know you've written articles about the secondary, kind of analyzing the cornerbacks and the safeties. Take us through that and kind of what you think and how you arrived at that.
Well, we did a position by position analysis on the OBR.com, and you just kind of look at what they did last year and what they've done. I think the cornerbacks, they have three of the better cornerbacks in the NFL. The Browns have invested in that position. Denzel Ward, fourth overall pick, Greg Newsome, number one first round pick. He's in his third year. And Martin Emerson, I think they really hit on a guy that a lot of people were surprised that of all the positions that last year their first pick was in the third round and they took him with that pick. He wasn't ranked that high by a lot of the draft publications. He was more listed as a fifth or sixth round prospect. The Browns took him in the third round. I think that he had size and physicality. I think you got three strong cornerbacks that can match up. And I think that Jim Schwartz has said he plans on playing man-to-man. And I think that you're not going to see the breakdowns you saw with the zone under Joe Woods to the extent that it cost them games last year. It's going to be simpler when you are lining up against three wide receiver sets. You basically have Ward on one, Newsome on one, and Emerson on one. I don't think they're going to get too wrapped up in who's the nickel back or who's the slot guy. And so that's one of the things we want to see in training camp, but that's what we saw in the offseason. So in the cornerbacks, I just think that, there's always a concern with health with Ward. He's missed games every year. But I think if they're just being asked more so to cover and not necessarily be that, guy that needs to be physical and stopping the run, I think that will bode well and play to their strengths. And so I think the cornerbacks will allow the aggressiveness in the pass rush. It works both ways. If you're sending five guys and you have Myles Garrett, Zadarius Smith, Obo Okoronkwo, and even Dalvin Tomlinson coming at the quarterback, they're only going to have to hold their man 2-3 seconds, and that's going to allow, the opportunity to get sacks as well as maybe make some interceptions, make some plays on that side of it. So that's how I see the cornerbacks. At safety, I think that one of the most under the radar moves was probably one of the last moves they made when they signed Rodney McLeod. He ended up being ranked as the seventh or eighth best safety in the NFL by PFF, and he's a 32-year-old veteran that helped win the Super Bowl when Schwartz was the defensive coordinator with the Eagles. He knows what the defense is. He can play well. He actually could end up being a starter alongside Juan Thornhill. And if not, Grant Delpit, who played well last year, is in the final year of his contract, and he really is motivated to have a big year. He played well last year, so you got three top-of-the-line cornerback or safeties. I think they've upgraded the position. I like Thornhill over John Johnson because he's playing more of the natural free safety. He's a ball hawk. And I like Rodney McLeod with a veteran experience, way upside over Ronnie Harrison.